Ayy. 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 What up, what up? What up, what up? What up, what up? What up, what up? Good to see you guys. I was like, are they gonna show up? Are they gonna remember? Yeah, we got laundry going on. Annie with the 100, thank you. What up, what up? Yeah, great to see you. Let's go. How's everyone doing? How's the basketball game going right now, if anyone knows? Diane Kelly, thank you. Hey, Will, did you get a chance to... You're unforgettable? Aw, thanks. Ground recharge. Actually, thank you. Actually, I just came back from a long walk, and after this, I think I'm gonna go for another walk before bed, because that walk made me tired. But I realized, like, every step you take when you're walking, it's like getting over your shit, you know? So I'm starting to look at it like that. Like the more I keep moving forward, the more I keep walking, the more I'm starting to like get over shit and feel better. So that's kind of I'm kind of trying to get addicted to walking right now. And also like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to walk in public or walk on the highway, like, you know, near the main road where people like look at me or whatever. But honestly, like those are fears like you got to get over, you know, because like, why not, right? Can't be scared, right? So I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep doing that. Sophia, thank you. Mary, thank you. Mindy, thank you. Je ne sais quoi, thank you. Diane, thank you. Kathy, thank you. Kim, thank you. Beth, thank you. Thank you. Right? Yeah, put your head down, and it's like just one step at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you also got to fight your fears one step at a time, too. And like, how depressing is it when you're just staying inside, like wondering what's good for you? How much better is it to just like get out and just go? Just go for that walk. You know, fight those fears, you know, just get out, you know? And then you're tired too, and you're working on yourself, you know, instead of being like lazy or, you know, like complaining. At least you're like moving forward, working on yourself, getting tired, working through your thoughts, you know, stuff like that. So, I think it's good, yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that after this. Jen, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Sonia, thank you. Denise, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Sophia, all you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. I also wanted to say tomorrow I got to get my oil change. It's at 10 a.m. So I think I'm gonna cancel the live in the morning, but we're still gonna do TikTok in the afternoon, and then we're still gonna do Kick at night at 9 o'clock. But since it's at 10 a.m. and it's all the way, it's like an hour and a half away, I was thinking maybe do it earlier, but then like, what if I don't wake up on time? I feel like, and it's an hour and a half away, like it's pretty far. I gotta go all the way to Bill's. Not an hour and a half, but it's an hour and a bit. I feel like it's better to just get all that stuff done in the morning, and then we have a good TikTok live, and then a nice Kick live at night. So, and then at least you guys get to sleep in too, because, you know, tomorrow's Saturday. So if you guys are up tonight, at least we all get to sleep in and then see each other in the afternoon. Okay, perfect. We're gonna do that. Sounds good. Oh, Suze, thank you for the 1,000. Thank you. Jen, thank you for the 100. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll do that. Because yeah, I'm gonna go over to Bill's, get my oil changed, and then we're going to go see my buddy who's a real estate agent because he's helping us with like real estate and stuff. He's been helping us, so it's one of my buddies from high school, which is cool. So I think we're gonna go drive down to him while my oil's getting changed, go say hi to him, and then go back get my car. And then I'll pop a TikTok live, pull over if I have to, and we'll do like a quick TikTok live with a coffee or something. And then I'll probably walk all day. I just want to keep walking. I want to get these steps in because honestly, like, I was going through it. Like, Bond, thank you. Irene, thank you. Kel, thank you. Oh, Suze, thank you. Ladies, thank you so much. Irene, thank you guys. All you guys. Karos, thank you. Melissa, thank you. Um, like everyone's out, like partying and stuff, and like I'm also going through a lot with like, breakup and like just moving on with things. And honestly, I don't feel like partying. Like I don't feel like going out. I don't really feel like doing these things. So I, I'm just going through a lot mentally, right? So I think like what's really gonna help me is like walking, kind of walking through those emotions and letting it like build me and kind of like moving past things. And then, I can still talk to people and stuff and then come on here, but I think I'm really gonna commit to that. I have a Strava app too if you guys want to get it. I think we can join together and we can kind of like share our steps and shit. Probably not yet, but maybe just get it in the meantime. But it counts your steps, so just press that and then just walk as long as you can. But honestly, it's more about like it's called Strava, Strava. Carols, thank you. But yeah, I was thinking about it. It's like I'll be like, oh, I have to go to a parking lot to walk so I don't see anybody. But these are things I gotta get over. So I'm not even gonna go to a parking lot. I'm gonna literally just walk out my house after this live, and I'm just gonna freaking walk, dude. If I bump into people, if whatever happens, walk with Jesus. I got him on my neck, and I'm just gonna fight those fears and just keep walking and not even really think about how many steps I'm getting in, just keep the app on, and whatever steps I get. But it's more just like trying to like get over things and feel better. But imagine, I was thinking about it, imagine if I did this every day for the whole summer, how much better I'll feel for the fall and the winter. Like if I actually did this every single day, bro, went for walks, pushed myself, I feel like I'll feel 10 times better about myself. So that's a goal, so hopefully. Hey, what's up? Right? I just feel like walking helps so much. Even David Goggins, that guy, he said like running and stuff, bro, is what helped him. Like, I just feel like getting those steps in is what helps. Yeah, walking, it's like, I just feel like, so like, sometimes like you're sitting there and you're overthinking, right? And you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to like digest your emotions. But I feel like back in the day, even when they had too much to do, they were like building pyramids with their bare hands. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, why I think like natural human nature, we need to move. And I feel like that action of just doing shit is what's gonna build us, like. So it's like, just gotta freaking, instead of just sitting there and wondering what to do, like keep moving, whatever that is, push-ups, reading, walking, whatever, right? But for now, I think walking is the best thing to take up for me as in the moment, so I'm thinking that. Pettit, thank you. Diane, thank you. CJ, thank you. Denise, thank you. Diane, Velcro, Kitty, thank you. Kathy with the 1,000, thank you. Annie with the 5, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, yeah, moving your body. Even just walking right now, I walked around the track for a bit and I am tired. Like my eyes right now are tired. Like I can't believe that, man. How tired you actually get. But like, I'm not done, bro. I'm gonna go out after, I'm gonna walk, dude. And I was thinking, like, honestly, bro, we get scared of everything, right? But I think I'd rather die than be scared of shit. So it's like, yeah, okay, you can get hit by a car, a dog could fucking eat you, someone could rob you, all these things we get scared of. But honestly, why live in fear, dude? How boring is life living in fear? Like, fuck that, dude. I'd rather go to war than live in fear. You know what I mean? So it's like, honestly, just go and do your fucking shit, bro. Get out, walk with Jesus, bro. Whatever happens, just live. Because, like, I don't like living in fear, dude. It's not fun. It's better to just, like, live your life, bro. You know? Stacy, thank you. Pettit, thank you. Diane, thank you. CJ, thank you. Denise, thank you. Yeah, fear is paralyzing. Colorado Amy, thank you. Are you afraid someone will Dude, I'm afraid of everything. Dude, I'm afraid of literally everything. Like, think about all big fears. Like, think about every fear you can think about. I'm afraid of it. And I let those fears, I let those fears take over me where I don't do anything. And like, that's not a way to live. So like, I have to like fight those fears. You know what I mean? Like, you have to like get through those fears. Like, you can't just like let those fears, you gotta, you gotta live life. You know what I mean? Yeah, you just gotta live life. I was even thinking, I was like talking to Jesus at the church today, and I was just sitting on the stair step talking to Jesus, and like I was going through things, like I'm like, why don't I feel like I'm good enough? Like all this stuff, blah blah blah. And then like I see this guy pull up across the street with his wife, and like I'm just thinking like, why are these people looking at me, whatever, like taking it all like selfishly. And then I look and I see him in a wheelchair, and he's a young guy, good looking guy, and he's in a wheelchair. And I'm just thinking like, who knows what happened to him, right? But like I was just thinking like, bro, people go through shit, dude. So it's like, don't like take life for granted. Like, just live. Like, even people are going through harder things than you, and they're just living it. It's just scary, dude, all that shit, eh? Fuck, you just never know what people are going through too. So it's just like, damn, you know? But yeah. Amanda, thank you for the 500, thank you. Tomcats, thank you. Susie, thank you. Stacy, thank you. Yeah, true, where you work, yeah. What helps me is if think back to a time I took a risk and it worked. It decreases fear. That's so true, dude. It's like, why not risk a bit? Why do you think people jump out of planes? Why do you think people go to war? Why do you think people, like, you have to risk, You gotta live your life, Obviously, like, on your time, like, safety, but you kind of never know where your life's headed, You just kind of, every day is like a new day. We don't really know what's gonna happen, so we're all kind of, trying our best, and it's difficult, For me though, I thought about it too. It's like, just do it for yourself, like walk in faith for yourself. Like, you can think all these things, why this, who this, where this, when this, or you can just walk in faith and keep walking in faith. Like, keep choosing faith over fear and growing that muscle, and that's what I want to do, because yeah, man, tomorrow's not promised, and Diane, thank you. Tracy, thank you. Mary, thank you. Cal, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, today was good, but I went through like the lowest low. But then, like, so I went to the church and started praying, and then I went for like a long walk. And I got nervous at the church for some reason with people around me. And then I was like, honestly, Will, go get water from home and go back. You're not letting fear beat you. So I went back, and then I was like, honestly, go walk around the track. Like, don't let fear beat you. Like, if you bump into people, you bump into people. If you feel nervous, you keep walking, you keep stepping forward. If the worst thing happens, that you're the biggest fear of all time, just fucking deal with it. You know, the only person, if you're going to see God today, you're going to see God today. Like only God knows, you know, type shit. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. I got nothing to lose at this point. You know, I just wanna live. I don't wanna feel like that. Chanel, thank you. Susie, thank you. Rhonda, thank you. So yeah, I did that for a while. Yep. Yeah, made it through because I was going through it for sure. Like I was thinking, I was like, you know, this, that, and the other, and I'm like, I'm just thinking, bro. You know, and I'm like, just really, I was really negative. Like there was like an hour that I was really negative, like where I just, you know, just everything that comes to my mind, I'm just negative, you know, and that's what I'm like. I don't want to feel like that, you know. I want to feel good, you know. So yeah, push through. Yeah. About it, thank you. Because sometimes things just don't go our way. You know how they say when it rains, it pours? Like, I'm sure some of you even know way more than I do about when it rains, it pours. I've heard stories, I can only imagine, you know, and it's just, damn, like, I can't believe some of the things people have been through, you know? And yeah, sometimes when it rains, it freaking pours, bro, and you're like, God, what the heck, dude? So I'm like losing everything for, you know, and it could just be worse, you know? So it just can be overwhelming, you know? Tracy, thank you. Yeah, it's hard. It's life and it's hard, yeah. Oh, Suze, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, bro, and honestly, I don't care if I walk until I'm literally like, honestly, yeah. Like, I don't care if I walk until I'm freaking passing out midday, you know? Just do it. Just do it, you know? Yeah, it's like, it'll help for sure. Because, dude, it's about like, I just think it's like getting over things, right? So it's like, when I was working landscaping, right? There was obviously things that I was overthinking and feeling the weight of the world, right? I'm human, right? No one's perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect. We all live in this world, right? But I had something to do. So I was moving and I was working towards a purpose. I was working towards feeling better. I was working towards getting over that, you know? So that action like helped so much. Even when it was so hard and I literally felt like I'm gonna pass out, built it like built me, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's like feeling like you need purpose because I have a purpose. Just like you have a purpose, just like Missy has a purpose, just like Diane has a purpose, just like Fantilli has a purpose, just like Dee has a purpose, just like my dad has a purpose, just like Bill has a purpose. We all got purpose. You know, you're born with purpose. You know what that is deep down. So it's not about, you know, how can I help you? I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's about doing something to move towards that purpose, you know, and I think it doesn't matter what it is, but I think just putting in that action, you know, and I feel like walking's literally the best thing you can do. But everyone's got their own. So like if it's going to the gym, it's going to the gym. If it's reading a book, it's like whatever it is for you. But mine at the moment, I think walking will be really good. Trying to get those walking as much as I can, you know, and like kind of just putting one step in front of the other, you know? Yeah, 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 that's a good one. Fast walk or take it slow. I think like sometimes fast walk, sometimes slow, but it's not really about like I want to run or I want to lose a certain amount of weight or like it's more of just like What do I do? Action. 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 You know, so it starts to build you to know, to give you that energy to do something that is purposeful for you, you know? Whiteyy18, thank you. Yeah, you observe, you think, you do all of that, you know, it's not one or the other. Yeah, action equals progress, right? That's the thing, like, it's like we listen to everything and everyone but ourselves. And the only way to listen, understand yourself is through communication. And the only way to communicate is through action. So that doesn't matter if you're communicating through whatever that is, but the only way to learn and grow yourself is through communication, through action. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to find yourself, do something for yourself, you know? Yeah, give excellent advice. I am listening to myself, though. I'm listening to myself right now. I'm telling you what I'm doing. You know what I mean? All of the advice I'm giving to you is advice I'm giving to myself as well. You know, obviously, it's not easy still, right? But, of course. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. It's, you know, and it's okay if some of your days is your only victory is not giving up. It should be that, right? Like, it should be about that. You know? It shouldn't be about maintaining a goal. It should be the whole journey. Like, it should be working towards the goal. You know, I feel like the only thing that makes us feel like, what are we doing, is being like, what are we doing? You know? But then that action is like, you're working to it. So no matter how long it takes, you know that you're doing you know, to feel better each time, you know? Rhonda, thank you. Stacy, thank you. Ann, thank you. Mish, thank you. Whiteyy18, thank you. I think, like, it's hard sometimes if you feel behind a bit when you want to feel ahead, but it's like, start doing that action to start feeling ahead, and you're always going to want more. But I think, like, we use that energy, you know, like, use that grit, that energy, even when you're tired, you know? And then, like, you'll start being like, oh, time to take a nap. You'll feel like more at peace, you know? That's what I was watching with David Goggins. He said, Diane, thank you. David Goggins was like, it takes struggle and pain to feel good. You know, it takes that struggle, takes that pain, takes that tiredness to, like, see the light, you know? Which sometimes we don't want to do that. We're like, I'd rather just see the light, you know? But then we're like looking everywhere and we're like, why is it so dark? We're like, well, because you gotta do the work. You know, you gotta do the pain. You gotta work. You gotta do it tired. You gotta go. So you can really see how grateful you are, you know, and feel like that, you know. Susan, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, D. Mindy, thank you. Does Dad ever walk with you for company? No, I don't need company. Not when I'm walking by myself. You know, sorry to be like hardcore about this, but this isn't about company. What are you talking about? It's about me doing me. It's about me being me. It's about me finding me. You know, you do that on your own. You don't do it with company. No. You do you. Annie, thank you. Susan, thank you. If I wanted company, I'd be at the bar. If I wanted company, I'd be asking friends to hang out. If I wanted company, I'd be going to a club. If I wanted company, I'd be going to the casino. I don't want company. I want William to be the best version of William. Susan, thank you. Annie, thank you. Thank you, Jules. Thank you. Yeah, whatever you need, right? But for me, no. You don't need anyone. You need yourself. It's cloudy tonight. It's cloudy. You're not walking for anybody else but you to improve. Yeah, no, at the end of the day, it has to start with me, right? Of course, I want the best for everyone around me. Of course, I want the best for everything else. But, you know, I can't give anyone the best if I'm not the best myself. I can try my best, you know, for sure. You know, I can try my best to make sure my sister's okay. But if she doesn't want to answer me, there's nothing I can do. I can try my best to help my family, but if they don't want to listen to me to a certain extent, there's nothing I can do. I can, if they get in trouble or something happens, I can still help. I can still try to help them, but there's a certain extent to things that I can try the best I can, you know. And we beat ourselves up because we could always try a little more, or you could always try a little more, but it's difficult, right? Sometimes you fail, sometimes you miss it, sometimes you miss that shot, you know. But that's life, right? But you also gotta be real with yourself, you know, and that's the struggle. That's what makes it tough. Of course, no harm intended. Don't take it ever like that. Come on. But yeah, sometimes it's hard, but it is what it is. Hey, you might get another shot, you might not. Right? That's just real. Yeah. But at the end of the day, again, it's in God's will. Nothing really there. You can do the best you can, but then you have to still pick yourself back up, which is hard, right? Because we've heard some stories and we've seen some things, and obviously there's a lot of things that happen in life that you're like, damn, how am I supposed to pick myself up from that? You know? But at the end of the day, you have to. You don't want to give up. You don't want to roll over. You don't want to take your own life. Why would you want to do that? You know? You want to enjoy this life while you're here. So you got to do the best you can, you know, moving forward. You know? To be happy. Okay? Susie, thank you. Susan, thank you. All good stuff. Oh my god, dude. Sorry, there's a spider, dude. I've seen like 3 spiders today, bro. 3 spiders and like 2 ants. And like, I saw one spider that I'd never seen before. It was like white. Like, I've never seen like a white spider, dude. Yeah, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? No, they won't hurt you, but I just hate them, dude. They're so like creepy looking, you know? And they're like, I don't want them to crawl on me when I'm sleeping and shit. Like, I hate that shit. My sweetie, thank you. Yeah, they are tiny though. I know you definitely don't have tiny spiders, but they are tiny, yeah. I'll send you a big one. No, don't, dude. Holy. I can't believe you have tarantulas. Like, to actually think you have tarantulas? Tarantula? Huntsman spider? What's a huntsman spider? Ew. No way. Bro, that's the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck? You know what I don't understand though? What the fuck was God's logic on making spiders, dude? Like, did God think like, yeah, let's make a fucking spider and creep humans out, dude? Like, what was his idea? Like, what was the point of making those big ass things, dude? Bro, huntsman spiders are actually huge, guys. Like, those spiders, like, could you imagine you just had a massive spider that's bigger than your arm just in your room? Dude, like, that's like a scary movie. You know how like spiders take over the world? Holy. I had one in my car. Bro, that's crazy. Or imagine a massive snake that can literally wrap around your body and squeeze you to death, bro, and your eyes pop out of your head. Why do we always have to talk about the most scary things right before bed? Jesus. Like, like right before bed, we gotta talk about the scariest shit, dude. You know how I was like, Oh, just jumping over the boat. Oh, we're jumping over the falls. Oh, that GIF. Imagine a GIF of like Sally. Like, oh, just getting strangled by a massive python. Oh. Okay, not funny. Sorry. I don't know why. I saw Sally getting all scared and shit. Trying to mess with her. Oh, 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 oh. Would you rather be strangled or swallowed by a snake? Swallowed, dude. That'd be like a human freaking sized blowjob. My whole body getting sucked down a freaking esophagus, dude. Like a fucking python just mucking my whole fucking body, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm sure y'all motherfuckers like to be strangled, but me as a guy, I want to be swallowed. Fucking gluck gluck 1,300,056 fucking. Yeah, dude. Thank you, my sweetie. Obviously, bro. Susan, thank you. Isn't that like a fetish, being strangled? Bro, are you nuts? Women love to be choked. There's levels to it, but women love a dominant guy that can give her a good choke. For sure, dude. Yeah. Especially when you're smashing them, kind of shuts the airway, which makes the orgasm feel more like held in. So when you got a massive python drilling your with a hand around your neck, kind of closes the airway, and then boom, you start squirting all over the fucking wall. And we're like, Niagara Falls, fucking umbrella, and freaking got a freaking rain jacket on. And the boys are like, holy fuck. I didn't see it anywhere, but I'm smart. Because, dude, when you think about it, right? When you think of someone that wants to get fucked, you have to realize what's really going on inside when you're getting fucked. And then you have to realize what is really making that vagina, like, release. It's tension. So when the tension is getting fucked, right? And the vagina is tightening like that, then eventually it just starts squirting. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of logic, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just logic. Don't try, you'll get arrested. Obviously with consent, bro. You think I'm just gonna be choking people? No. If someone asks me, I do everything respectfully. I ask. I make sure. You sure? Is this too hard? One more? No? Okay. Always gotta be respectful about it. Susan, thank you. Of course a consent king, dude. What the fuck? If you're not having consent and doing things, dude, that's crazy, bro. That's fucking jail time. Not even that. That's just disgusting, dude. Why would you ever do something that a girl feels uncomfortable about or is hurting? That's fucking crazy shit, bro. That's fucked up. If someone was like trying to like hurt me, bro, you're gonna get like you could get like you're gonna get killed. Like that's fucked. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, it's a huge thing. You know, I always have respect and I always kind of I always make sure that both people are comfortable and you know you ease your way into things. You don't like go hardcore. Like you ease your way in on what people are comfortable with, and you ask. You say, "Is this okay? Like, or is this too much? Or am I going too hard? Or and then usually they say, "Shut up," and fuck me harder, and I'm like, Jesus Murphy. Dude, I've heard some fucked things. Holy shit, dude. I'm like, bro. Yeah, like I just got a message. I just got a message from a girl. I'm watching your live. I went from feeling extremely guilty and sad that I may have went overboard with some things I've said to you. But now I'm thinking how much I really do love getting choked. And now that scenario in my head, I can't stop thinking about it. See, and then we got Smiley saying, "What kind of girls like that?" Like, Smiley, are you living under a goddamn rock? Jesus Murphy. My husband was at work that when a police came because one of the tenants got killed by her boyfriend because he had a gun in her mouth. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I've actually had a girl before ask me if I can put a BB gun to her head while she's giving me dome, but I said no. I was like, that's just too scary, bro. Like, I'm like, no, dude. I've also had people say, "Can you lock me in a shed and like tie me up in a shed and stuff and like do stuff?" I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I got asked some fuck things, dude. Actually, yeah, bro. I swear, dude. Yeah, bro. I didn't do it, but I'm saying I've been asked some crazy shit, dude. Yeah. This is 100 Shades of White. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. No, for me, like, the only time, like, you have to trust the girl, right? Just like she has to trust you. So for me, like, I don't do, like, I have to really be in love with a girl. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I do role play and sometimes, like, whatever, right? But, like, I have to really be close and love someone and, like, trust someone to even, like, do stuff like that. Because it's just, like, for me, it's scary, you know? So I'm just, like, I want to make sure, like, we're both, like, okay. There's just a lot that goes into it. Honestly, even a quick fuck needs trust, especially in my position. Like, even a quick fuck needs trust. You can have a quick fuck with somebody, and they can like yeah. You need trust with honestly like trust me. I've fucked and like one night stands and shit. But as I got older, as I'm getting older, you need to be careful, bro, because a lot of people will try to. You just never know, dude. You never know. You never know. I don't know. You know. But yeah, I've known people that have done some crazy shit, bro. Like, I'm like, how do you guys have sex like that? Like, I remember hearing couples like they full on like beat each other up in bed and love it. And I'm like, dude, that is so unattractive. Like, ugh. Like, what the fuck? Why are you guys beating each other up? You know? Kind of crazy shit. I don't know. Damn. Yeah. What about them tying you up? No. No. I don't like. I don't know. Honestly, it depends because if it's a girl I love, I would honestly almost let her do anything with me. Like when I'm really in love with somebody, like really in love, I would almost let her like do like I love like I love pretty deep, but it's like it's scary that stuff. So I don't know, you know. Diane, thank you. Sonia, thank you. Tammy, thank you. Yeah, it's different, but like it's not really a turn on a girl tying you up. Like actually, I don't know, but you gotta do it like you gotta be very like you gotta be very comfortable because if you're not comfortable after I've had times after I've had sex where I literally felt disgusting. Like I literally just felt like puking. Like it was like, dude, like I don't like this is just a one night stay. Like if you don't love the person and you're not really making love and you're not easing into it and like, making out and like really taking care of each other, you tend to like feel gross about it. Yeah. So it's like honestly, I'm not really down for the one night stands and shit like that. I'm really not. I used to be, right? But I don't, it doesn't really turn me on anymore. Doesn't really turn me on anymore. Tammy, thank you. Mindy, thank you. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I've grown past that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really have a favorite position because I just like, if I love somebody, I just like making love with them. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not really like, oh, I like her and doggy and all this shit. It's like, bro, it's kid shit, dude. That's like fucking high school, fucking college. Like, that's just like stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you love somebody, bro, you don't care about favorite positions and shit. You just love making out with them and having sex and just like showing them love. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. If you don't love someone, don't have sex. Like, if you're not making love with somebody, don't have sex because you're just using each other. You're just like, oh, I came, and now you feel disgusting. Like, it's just the stupidest thing. Honestly, first, love yourself, love growing, love working, love connection, love talking, love hooking, go through the stages, you know? Yeah, yeah. Because then you start going on the path where it's just like, it's just hard. Sex is a lot easier to find than love, but that's the reason why you'll always feel more empty because you're doing something that's satisfying and not giving you long-term satisfaction. So yeah, sex is easy for sure. You'll end up going and paying for it, or you'll go up having sex with people you don't even find attractive, or you'll be using people for sex and you'll feel worse about yourself. But that's giving you short-term satisfaction. Long-term satisfaction is working for love, for loving yourself first, for loving the build-up, for all that stuff. That's what's really meaningful and purposeful is that. Yeah, it's the same for blowjobs. I used to be like, fuck it, a blowjob. I'll get a blowjob from anybody. But now that I get older, I don't even want a blowjob from anybody. I don't even want a blowjob from someone that I'm not like. It's not even about that. Even if the chick's super fucking hot, I don't even want a blowjob from her. Honestly, it's literally meaningless. It's worthless. I just want, if it's my girl, if it's my wife, if it's someone I love, then then I would be like, damn, you know, I love you. I want a blowjob from you. Yeah, no, genuinely, dude. I'm not kidding. I've had tons of blowjobs, bro. I've been through this path. You get to a point where you feel meaningless. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, dude. I'm not kidding. You actually start to lose. You actually start to take it from a hot guy like me that literally can get whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and has fucking fucked. You know, take it from a guy like me that has lived that life like tremendously, bro. And it gets to a point where it's just not something you end up wanting. Yeah. Literally. Yeah, you want connection, but you want connection with yourself first. You know, you want connection with yourself first. You know, and that's what leads to connection with other people. You know, that's what leads to like genuine connection. Not just like, oh my god, tits, and oh my god, ass, and oh my god, abs, and you're just kind of fucking around. You're not really like loving yourself. You're just loving other people, and you feel worse about it. You literally feel like you used that person. That's not gonna make you feel good. That's gonna make you feel like shit. Like, actually. Because you're literally just doing it because you're using them. You just want to come. You're just having fun. You're not actually doing it meaningful. Of course I have. Yeah, dude. Fuck, dude, are you kidding? Growing up, living that kind of college lifestyle, like everyone's using each other. We're all drinking. If you're drinking and smoking weed, you're using already. if you're using substance, you're using people. Bottom line. Not with everything you do, but to an extent, yeah. And any type of use makes you feel worse about yourself. That's just bottom line. You know. So you're using substance, you're using drinking, then you're using each other's bodies, and you're having sex, and you're this, and you're that, and you're this. Before you know it, you feel meaningless, you feel depressed, you feel worthless, all of these things. Shallow, yeah, it's very shallow. That's the thing, dude. Very shallow. And it's like, it's not it just doesn't, I've just learned it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, dude. That's the hardest part. Because you want to feel good about yourself. At the end of the day, when you go to bed, at the end of the day, when you throw a podcast on, at the end of the day, when you go for a walk, you want to feel good about yourself. You want that. That's what you are thirsty for deep down. You want to feel good about yourself, but you want to feel great about yourself eventually. You want to feel fantastic about yourself eventually. You want to feel all those things. So like, to do that, you can't be doing things like that. Depends. I had lots of I'm just saying, you had lots of meaningless sex when you were young. We both had fun, and that was all. Relationships are different. Yeah, but that meaningless sex takes away from your meaningful life. So anything you're doing meaningless is, even if it's fun, is taking away from your meaningful life. And that's how you build regret. That's just bottom line. You know? But it gets hard, so we're like, oh, it's not worth it, this, that, and the other. Let's just go have sex. Let's just go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go do drugs. Let's go. It's not. You can't. Do you enjoy friends with benefits? No, dude. Fuck no, dude. It's gross. Friends with benefits, dude? You look like a joke, dude. Friends with benefits, dude, is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Bottom line, dude, you're not gonna feel happy doing that. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna feel like shit, dude, because the person you actually care about, the life that you actually want, you're pissing that down the grave because you're deciding to do all these other things but focus on your life. And your life is what's meant for you and it's what's meaningful to you. It's what you're grateful for. It's not using all these things and having fun, but at the end of the day, you don't really feel good about yourself. You're like, ah, you feel drained. Like inside, like your core, you feel drained. So you're consistently doing things to make yourself look better. You're consistently doing things to manipulate yourself to feel better. But at the core, you feel, and that sucks. You ready for that true love feeling? Yeah, but I can't buy that feeling. I can't go get that feeling. That feeling just comes from me having true love to myself. So if I don't work on loving myself, I will never have love from anyone else. So it's not about going to look for love. It's about dealing with me. Loving me. You know? Because yeah. Yeah. It will find you. No, it's not about it finding me though. It's not about that. That's what I don't like when people say it will find you, this, that, and the other. Don't even look at it like that. Don't jinx it. Don't talk about it like that. All those other things, it will find you, this will find you. No, you need to find it yourself. Not outside shit, not waiting for shit, not wondering shit. You need to just pour love into yourself. So if you have regret, you have to sit with your regret. If you have to understand yourself, you have to sit with yourself. If you have to better yourself, you have to better yourself. You know, it's not about sitting there like being like, oh, that's gonna save my life. It's not about that, dude. It's about you doing it. Work in progress, though. Work in progress. But like, at the end of the day, this is what I think, alright? Don't matter where you are, what regret you have, what's going to happen in your future. Why not start loving yourself no matter what right now? Why not start loving yourself right now? Why not? Why not? Why not start working on it right now? Even if you got a week, like, do it. Whatever. Like, you say why not hate yourself, but I can name a million reasons why not to hate yourself. Does life not suck when you hate yourself? Does life not feel meaningless when you hate yourself? So fuck that. Fuck that thinking of why not hate myself? Why not just do bad things? Fuck that. Why not love yourself right now? Wills Barbie, thank you. Denise, thank you. My sweet, thank you. Because it's hard, that's why. But that hardness and that pressure is what makes you love yourself even more. That, yeah. Yeah, that self-control, that's what makes you love yourself even more. that admitting, right? So instead of saying, oh, I watch porn, so I'm just gonna keep watching porn. Or I use people for sex, so I'm just gonna keep using people for sex. Oh, I don't read enough, so I'm just gonna keep not reading enough. Oh, I get mad at people and blame other people for my problems, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. That's never gonna make you happy. Or you sit with it and say, yeah, I do all these things. Time to be better. Oh, but you're not worth it. But this, but this. You've already lived that life. Blah blah blah. So what? You're gonna keep hurting yourself? You're gonna keep feeling worse about yourself? Or are you gonna stand up and do something better? Right? You know? Yeah, dude. Like, 100%, man. You know? Like, you're worth it. You know? Don't let anyone tell you different. You're worth it. You know why you're worth it? Because you decided to be worth it. That's why. Liz with the 25 gifted subs. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much, Liz. It's hard to believe sometimes. No, but the only thing that's making you hard to believe is that you're doing it to yourself. So, like, if you tell yourself that, like, if you keep giving into bad habits, you're telling yourself you're not worth it. If you keep telling yourself you're not worth it, you're gonna keep keep feeling like you're not worth it. So you need to do good habits, feel good, tell yourself good things, and feel good, and keep building that momentum, not the other way around. Even when it's hard, even when it's sometimes hard, you have to keep picking yourself up and keep doing even better. You know? Kelly, thank you. Tammy, thank you. Do you feel like you're starting to feel and see yourself worth over the last year? For sure, bro. I went through like things where like I'd be pulling out my hair, bro. I'd be freaking like snapping. I'd be going through things where I literally was like, holy shit, bro. You know, like I've been through it. Like this past couple of years, I've been through it, bro. Even past, I could say the past 4 or 5 years, bro. This has been the hardest 5 years of my life, dude. Having my life on social media with everything I'm going through, dude, this has been fucking hard, bro. And yeah, it's still hard, right? But I do see myself getting better, yeah, over the last year, and I continue to do so, you know. Yeah. So I think honestly, you know, just keep moving forward, keep doing good. You know, take my advice about telling myself I'm worth it, no matter what, right? So, for an example, I could go after this and say, let's do this because you already done it. Or I could say, nope, not doing that. I could say, oh, I want to text my mom that I love her. But then I could say, oh no, it's not worth it because blah 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 blah. Or I could just send her that text. You know, like it's those little steps of trying to feel worth it no matter what relationships bad in the past or this whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like you're always gonna have things that And you're not going to be perfect, but then it's about telling yourself, okay, I did my best. Or being honest and say, I could have done better, but I have to move forward. You know, it's about just being like that. So the more I do that, I feel, the better I'll start to feel, you know, and that's the main thing that's important, is feeling better. Yeah. Yeah, you start loving yourself, you raise your standards, you start helping other people around you, you start getting to a better place. Like, listen, I could say right now, oh, but I've been such a bad brother, let's say, right? So if something happens right now to my siblings, it's my fault. Or I could say, you know what, I haven't been the best brother, I wish I was better, so I'm gonna do something about that today. I'm going to try to be a better person for me so I can be a better influence. Even if it's too late and something, God forbid, happens, there's nothing I can do about that, but I'm deciding right now to be better and shit happens. You know what I mean? So it's about like doing it, you know, no matter what. And if something, you know, you do your best. You know what I'm saying? But it's about actually doing it, not about saying you're gonna do it and then you know you're doing things that don't make you the best person, like being hateful or watching porn or doubting yourself or talking to yourself negatively or whatever it is. All these things that you know doesn't make you the best version of you, those are things you don't do. Those are things you stop making excuses for. Those are things that you stand up and say no and do better, you know? Susie, thank you. No, but you can control everything that you do, though, right? You can't control everything that other people do, but you're in control of what you do. You have to remember that. Do you think you're good at communicating how you feel? Of course. That's what I do for a living. Thank you, thank you. Susie, thank you. That's the only thing I don't like, because I have people in my life like that, when they say, hey, don't worry, have fun, etc. Oh, dude, this isn't too bad. Do it anyway. I don't like that. That's not a good mentality. It's something that you know that you could be better and do better, but you're deciding not to. And that's making you feel worse. It's not making your neighbor feel worse. It's not doing anything to other people. Well, unironically, it actually is deep down. But most importantly, it's you that's taking the baggage from that stuff. Right? Yeah, they say that if you're overthinking, but you don't tell people that. If my kid is overthinking, I'm gonna tell my kid that he needs to deal with his overthinking. And if he says that I, the partying situation gets me on, I'd say, yeah, I would say he's right to drive him to what he believes is best for him. You don't tell people, don't worry, your thinking's wrong, you're overthinking. All that stuff is just to circumvent yourself, not that person. You have to treat that person's brain like they are right, because they are. They're thinking that for a reason. Now they have to know how to deal with it. and get to the place that they want to get to. And that's how people end up Harvard graduates, because they go through all that struggle and then they get taught what to do with that struggle, not tell them, oh, you're an overthinker, oh, you'll never be a lawyer, oh, this, that, and the other. You don't tell people that, dude. What are you talking about? Who are you to say that? Jesus, Murphy. But I get where people come from too, right? But still not right. Alright, take care, Peta. I don't know why you're upset though. Upset about what? This talk has got me upset, so I'm gonna leave. I'll catch up later. What? Why are you upset? About what? Just like, I don't know. Are you upset with me? Are you upset with, like, why? I feel like this is like a very positive talk. What is right for one person may not be right for the others? This is why I never judge how people feel or how people matter. Yeah, 100%. I think it's a good talk. I'm upset with my life. Okay, but we're talking positive about it. So, like, if you're upset with something, right? We can talk about that, and we're talking about getting to a better place. We're not talking about, like, this is positive. You know what I mean? Even if it feels hard or you feel regretful, this is all things that you can actually put into your life and do better too. So you should look at it like that, because it really is like that, you know? But yeah, if you ever want to talk about anything, please, like, shoot me, like, if you can. I don't know your financial situation, but if you want to just even ask on Cameo, if you don't want to have it, if you don't want to have it out there, or if you want to just talk on here, I would say DMs, but I'm pretty busy at the moment, and I don't want it to open up a floodgate for other people, and I also don't want to, like, not answer you by accident. I want to do it proper. But yeah, of course, bro. But again, like, don't be shy ever, right? Because, like, we're all going through our own stuff, and it's not something to feel like, you know, you're behind in anything or this or that and the other. But I get why things can make you feel upset. This is not an easy conversation. I'm upset about things too. You know, I totally understand. Seriously. So, you know, if you have to step away, of course, you know, take care of yourself. But just know that you have people that care, you know? Just know that, because no matter what is going on in your life, just know that you got people that care, you know? Because you have been here, and you know, yeah. And even if you weren't here in general, you got people that care, you know, and just care for yourself though. And I don't really know what else to say, but yeah. But yeah, we all go through things at different times. You know, for me, it was the same thing. I went through things, so I sometimes can see people going through things, and I can kind of understand why they go through things. Because there's, like, times in your life where it just sometimes feels confusing. So I kind of understand. Yeah, and also I don't know what people go through fully, right? I'm just speaking from my experience, but I don't know also what other people are going through, you know? I see what you're saying personally, but I also see what my kids are going through. And that's okay. Like, listen, I'm not telling you you're right or wrong about what you go through. I'm telling you my experience through just life in general. And in my experience and what I think, I said what I said. I don't have to repeat what I said. I don't really see how that lines up, but I just think, like, it's like about basically what I was saying is about being supportive, and instead of telling people everything's okay, because what matters more to somebody is being supportive of all their dreams and their ambitions and what they're going through to get to a better place to work on everything that they're going through, other than saying, I know everything, trust the process, life is easy, etc., etc. Because saying it like that is just kind of like diminishing what someone is actually going through, and there's a lot of communication that needs to happen, and that's kind of just, a lot of work for the parent as well, and a lot of work for the person, but it just helps the other person more, in my opinion. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, thank you. Pauline, thank you. "100% fantastic. On a good note, I pushed through a lot and made a good life for myself that I'm proud of." Good. That's great to hear. And I think you're not done, right? I think you got so many good years ahead that are going to be even better and better, you know? Don't have to hang up the skates now, Just keep moving forward. Keep loving yourself. Keep choosing yourself, and keep trying your best. Yeah. Stacy, thank you. 100%, Liz. Oh, thanks, Tracy. That means a lot. The hardest person to face is the one in the mirror. 100%. I love that saying because it's so true. Hardest person to face is the person you look down at, which is you. Hardest person to face is the person you look in the mirror. It's you, right? It's all the worries and things that you carry every day, right? But that's the person you got to face and start working on, because that's who you live with. It's not William White on social media. It's not Stacy Luhu from buttfuck nowhere, or it's not this guy that you're interested in that treats you well, or it's not this girl that makes you feel safe, or it's not your mommy, it's not your daddy. It's you. And that can be difficult to have that pressure on you, but that's the main person that you live with. So that's who you have to take care of, clean up, all that stuff. Obviously, how you're vulnerable makes other people feel like they aren't alone in their struggles. You motivate people. Thank you. Of course, I think it was because maybe I'm a good-looking person that you would think has it all, but actually I'm a very broken person inside since I was a kid. So I had to work on myself, and I always I always related to everybody. I related to that girl that was not popular in high school, and I would talk to her like she's my best friend. I related to everybody because I understood inside what people are genuinely going through, obviously to a certain extent, but I was also able to get away with things because of my looks and because of, just fitting in easier with whatever that means. I think it would probably be genetically. But that's not real. That's not who you really are inside. So I think me realizing that at a young age, obviously I've had my slip ups where, you know, use my looks to my advantage, but I think like just as I get older too, the more I realize it's not about that out. It's about like in the inside. So I think that's where I can kind of understand, and then also the having the looks, etc., is kind of draws people in, which is a gift because now I can connect on a real note as well as drawing people in with, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like helps obviously maybe as well. Yeah, I don't know. I have to say that I'm blessed. My life has been pretty good. Oh, nice, nice. Diane, thank you. May it was mental health awareness, but that doesn't help when I feel you can't in June. Listening 6-1, I have mutually so care that way. 6-1, that's amazing. I use my trauma experience to heal my parents. I'm patient the same way. Oh, nice. You're an empath and you're a beautiful soul. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Your interest service, you're deep as the ocean. Thank you, guys. Read on the inside of June is men mental health. Wow, I can see your looks can be both a curse and a blessing, for sure, for sure. I hope that our perspective and advice, of course it does. You have charisma. Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude. Are you kidding? A lot of people don't take you as serious when you're good looking because they think, he's just likes to fuck, or he thinks he's like some hot guy, or he just thinks he's everything and knows it all, or, they like people kind of look at things like that. They kind of brush you off. So it definitely can feel like, also you can get away with things more, right? You can kind of scare people away easier. You can get out of situations easier. It does have like a chameleon kind of blend, which can actually be hurtful for you in the long run because you feel like that's normal, but it's not really normal, so that could be a curse as well. So very difficult sometimes to understand, especially just growing up, right? Like, you don't really, I don't know, I don't, just trying to understand life, figure out life, so, Can I ask you a question? Do you think you're good looking, like, deep down? Yeah. I think like I guess like that's a good question, but I think like yeah, I think I'm very good looking and I think it's because of who I am inside more than my features. I think like my features are kind of based on what's going on inside. I really do. I think my eyes look nice because of like the person I am inside. Do you know what I'm saying? So like yeah, I do, but I do also feel like I have a lot of work to do, which we all do. But like, I do feel like I do. I think like, yeah, like I'm looking at myself right now, and I think, yeah, I'm good looking. Do I think there's things I want to work on? Of course, but do I think I'm good looking? Yeah, I do. Like, yeah, I think I'm getting better looking too. So yeah, just work on it, right? Work on it, yeah. Denise, thank you. Yeah. Tammy, thank you. But I think yeah, what makes you good looking is what's on in the inside, right? So whatever your passions, whatever your desires, whatever you're attracted to, whatever things that make you feel great, follow those things because it actually becomes you. I don't know if that's like from an atomic level or whatever it is. So you don't have to hate things, you have to love things. And the more you do that, the more you're actually creating who you genuinely are in the inside, which makes you radiate and kind of started to attract the things that you've always kind of wanted, and your life starts to become better, you know? So yeah, I think like, but I don't know. I do think like some things it's okay to say no to, meaning like, you can be attracted to people and look at them all day, but if you do start to feel like, you know what, I don't want, like, try to like change it, you know? Try to, I feel like also saying, I'm not going to look at this person all day. I want to move on. Like, start to say no to things too. I'm starting to realize because sometimes I can be like overly obsessive with like things and like what I gain from it. But I think like it's good to say to draw boundaries as well. But it's a learning process, bro. It's a learning process. It's all a learning process, and it's always difficult. I don't, so, it's difficult, bro, but I would just say, like, yeah, I don't know. Pauline, thank you for the 500. Thank you. I would never agree with anything more. I say it all the time. Your inside is what makes you attractive. Yeah, 100%. And I think it's like continuously, like, confidence stems from the inside. So, like, when you see, let's say, a popular football player, right? He wasn't really thinking about being like what made him hot was because, well, what made him attractive was because he worked on the sport of gaining confidence from the inside, right? So now he's radiating as a football player, and people are like, damn, he's so hot. But they're only looking at the outside. They don't know what he's going through in the inside and what it took for him to get to that place. So everything, it's starting from the inside, being a professional on the inside, being confident on the inside, and that's what radiates. It's about navigating life. So, attraction is from confidence, but confidence only comes from being a professional. It's being the best version of you. That's what confidence is. Do you find some ladies won't go out with you as they're overwhelmed by your beauty? Yeah, maybe, but I wouldn't want somebody that doesn't want to go out with me because they're afraid of me. I want somebody that is equally as beautiful on the inside as me, to be able to take care of me as I take care of her, and have a good relationship. So I don't really even pay attention to those people unless I'm talking to somebody that wants help or is interested in me, and then I'm okay with trying to help somebody and like raise them up and make them feel more comfortable or make them feel better, stuff like that. Thanks, guys. There are couples that people say that what is cheating with him or vice versa, but it's all the inside, bro. I've learned that from a very young age. Like, it's all the inside, bro. I can see it, right? When I see a kid that, when I was young and I saw a kid with the girl of my dreams, and I was like, how? I'm I'm good looking. I'm playing AAA hockey, but this guy had a good family life. This guy cared about things that he cared about. He didn't care about being popular. He took care of himself. He loved himself. Those things are what makes other people feel like, I want to be with him. It's not about being the most popular. It's not about looking amazing, or I learned that from a very young age. And then as I get older, I see it all the time. You see a guy with like a really big nose or a guy with some unattractive features, but all that girl wants to do is ride that motherfucker's face. There's a reason. Sorry, it lagged out, guys. Are we back? Are we back? There's a reason why that girl wants to be with him. It's because inside he's smart, he cares about the right things, he's confident. It's all about that. It's all about the inside. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about being perfect. It's about being a beauty on the inside. That's what's going to make people attracted to you, obviously, right? Because there's some confidence that's like, wow, you know? But the question is, how are they confident? And it's because they're deciding to love themselves. They've been heartbroken so much when they were young because they weren't the attractive kid that they said, fuck everyone else, I'm gonna love myself. And since they've decided to love themselves and always love themselves, now people are attracted to them because they love themselves. And you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that matters, right? Is loving yourself and loving yourself, but really, right? It's not about saying I love myself. Well, that's a part of it, but it's also doing what makes you love yourself. It's about loving yourself more. How do you love yourself more? You go to the gym more, or you stop bad habits more. You pick up better habits. You be better at those better habits. So it's about like choosing the things that genuinely make you love yourself more and more, right? You know? Do you ever feel people misunderstand you for being yourself because they maybe grew up differently than you did? Bro, I've grown up on this app for years with friends misunderstanding me, girlfriends misunderstanding me, fans misunderstanding me, haters misunderstanding me, news articles misunderstanding me. Are you kidding me? I'm Mr. Misunderstood. That's one of the biggest questions I get consistently is, do you feel like people misunderstand you? And my answer is 150%. And they continue to do so, but I can't judge them because they're going through their own stuff. And a lot of the stuff that they're going through, they're actually right about too. There's things that I need to fix myself too. So it's not my job to judge them, but it is myself to be better and trust in myself in my process, right? So it's a tricky one, don't get me wrong. A lot of the time you wish you were kind of understood more or maybe taken care of more, or people looked at you a bit different or understood what you were going through. But at the end of the day, only you understand what you're going through. So it's something for you to work on and not try to get that validation from others, because you should just be getting that validation from yourself. You know, you should be taking care of yourself, you know, feeding yourself, you know, not starving because you're waiting for your neighbor to bring you over a plate of turkey on Thanksgiving. You know, go make your own money and get the plate yourself and build the plate for you and feed yourself, you know. So yeah, that's what matters the most, you know. And hard for me, I'm telling myself this, by the way, right? Like I've been through that thinking, but it doesn't make you happy. Like, even if you get the plate from your neighbor, deep down you kind of wish that you were able to get your own plate. So no matter what, you might get that validation, or you might be jealous that your neighbor went to the other neighbor's house, and you're like, damn, I wish, right? But deep down, even if they did choose you and not the other neighbor, you'd rather be given that. Believe it or not, you'd rather be feeding yourself at the end of it. You'd rather have the ability to feed yourself. You know, you'd rather have the ability to take care of yourself and be happy for you. So then you don't need to worry about other people or be jealous of other people or anything like that, you know? So, but that's like a muscle. That's like a habit, you know? When you see Mr. Beast, what is Mr. Beast doing? He's doing it himself. He's building his own company. He's feeding himself. He's going on his own adventures. He's making his own money. He's making millions of dollars because he's doing it himself. He built that muscle. He realized from a young age, listen, I'm a nerd. People don't like me. People don't see my vision. I'm not going to go try to get Sally Lou Who to fall in love with me, or I'm not going to go try to get Ronald McDonald to be my best friend. I'm going to build a platform on YouTube myself, and I'm going to consistently work at that. Even when sometimes it gets hard and I get jealous and I wonder, I'm going to keep choosing to choose myself, which is going to end up being like a muscle and build yourself, right? So it's not easy, it's hard, but it's worth it, right? And I use nerd in like a subjective term. Yeah, it's so hard, but then that hardness, don't forget, builds you, right? So even if you're going through that hardness, right, but you decide to choose yourself, you won. So don't judge yourself through the hard times. Judge yourself to how you chose what you chose to do after those hard times. Don't judge yourself on falling over. Judge yourself on how you picked yourself back up. Because that's what matters moving forward. Right? Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the nice comments. Thank you, thank you. Do I think, I got a question. I want to answer. Do I think haters have got stuff right about you? Yes. So let's, for an example, I've had a hater in my family. A lot of the things he said about me, I see where he comes from. The only thing that I'll disagree with the haters is that you don't know my full story. So you don't know what I'm choosing every day, and you don't know why. So I get your perspective, I get where you're shooting from, I get the things you want to fix about me, but you also don't know everything about me. So yes, for sure. And some of those things I do check myself on and put into some consideration, which is actually very useful. Does it suck? Yes. When people don't like you, it fucking sucks, right? But it also does help in a way because you're able to like understand things better and then work on things. But it won't make me drop dead. It won't make me it because I know who I am and I know my mistakes. I live with my mistakes. I live with my successes. So all of these things I live with, so I choose to get back up. I go sleepless nights. All of these things I put into perspective for me so I can understand the things that I go through, and that's why I keep moving forward, and that gives me that purpose to move forward. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes and no, you know, because there's a lot of things where I would say you're not seeing, right? And so I would say you're wrong because you're not seeing the full picture, right? It's like me bumping into a guy on the side of the road and you saying, you bumped into the guy, 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 you bumped into the guy. I'd say, yes, you're right. But I also picked the guy up and I bought him a coffee at Tim Hortons. So I understand where you're coming from. That wasn't right of me. I should have stayed off my phone. I should have never bumped into the old man. It was by mistake. But I also picked him up and I brought him to Tim Hortons and we had a coffee. So there's things that you don't understand and you fixate too much on things that you shouldn't be fixating on. You should be fixating on the bigger picture and how someone's moving forward. And there's also people that do see that, but they're also saying, well, watch out next time. So I agree with that as well, you know? So that's a tough one, you know? Sometimes it's like 6, 7, you know? 6, 7, you know? But yeah. Yeah. Haters have a mission. Thank you guys, thank you. I'm not gonna go for a walk tonight. Probably watch a video, go to bed. But just want to say thank you so much. I feel like these were one of the best chats. I've got a lot of good reviews. Like at 26, your willingness to accept your flaws and learn from them is astonishing, etc., etc. So thank you guys for all that. You know, I was reading that, it means a lot. But again, you know, just a work in progress like we all are. But yeah, let's try to be the best versions of ourselves, of course. Even when it's hard, just know that hard work is paying off without us realizing it at first. But yeah, thank you guys so much, you know. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon. So I'm not gonna be on in the morning. I'm gonna go get my oil changed. But yeah, it'll be good. And then I'll see you guys at noon for a TikTok live. Alright. Love you guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. You're worth it. You're loved. Don't stop moving forward.